Hi, everybody. For those of you who don't know me, I'm BJ. I'm the genealogy librarian here at the State Library in Maine. And today I'm going to talk about a neat little trick called the Wayback Machine. And basically what it is archive.org runs this, and they periodically grab a screenshot of web pages and archive that screenshot. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So let's screen share. Which one is it? There it is. So last week when I was putting together the civil court records program, I went to the Family Search Wiki because that's where you start. And there was this really interesting looking link saying that the Maine State Archives has an extensive Maine court history page describing the court system in Maine from when we became a state and the present. So unfortunately, when I clicked on this, I got this, which quite frankly, it's a pretty picture, but this doesn't do anything to help me put together the program for you guys. So what I did is I copied the link out, the URL out of here. So I highlighted it and copied it. And I went to the Internet Archive page, which is archive.org. Now, if you're looking for books, and I've shown you guys this a lot in the past, you use this search here. But for today, we're going to do this Wayback Machine. And I'm going to paste the link in there and hit enter. And what it's showing me here is the times that it did the capturing a picture of this page. And so we can choose one. Let's go to 2014. And you can see where these are, that they captured a snapshot. So we'll click on this. And here you have, this is their snapshot. So you can see you've still got this here of that page. So I could actually get the information I needed from it. Now, one of the things to know is that if there are links in this archived page, they may well not work if they've also changed. So if I were to, there isn't actually one in this text, but let's see if this one works, or if I get, so it's actually doing a archiving their copy of that page. So again, you're at the Wayback Machine. It's not taking you to the current link. But it is here so that if you wanted to see if this one does actually work, I can copy it and paste it here. And again, we'd have to go back to the, they completely redid their website, which is why we're getting these. So let me show you. Here's another one. This is a very plain, basic one. This is for a family reunion. So again, I'm going to copy the link. And here it is here. I pasted it in here. And you can see there hasn't been an update to this page for a while. So let's see. So that last one shows that, and that's why it stopped doing the archiving, because they got that. So let's go back. And we'll take a look at, let's look at 2004. And here, for this one, there is, so you can see if this reunion took place in 2003, you can see why it's no longer a current page. But let's say you wanted to go to the family pictures. Again, it's getting you the archived page. Doesn't look like there's much there. But at least it gives you a way, if you know, or if you're reading a magazine and you go to a link and it's not active anymore, you can type that link into here. And as I said, if you go to the Internet Archive, it's this Wayback Machine. And if you want to go to the dedicated page, so for example, this also lets you they've got tools where, you know, they'll run your WordPress blog to check that there aren't broken links. There's you can save a page, and so on. But again, here's the search bar where you would put things in and get that. I was interested as I was looking for things. Here's another family reunion one. And you know, you click on the snapshot time there. When I was at Cindy's List, when you had these older ones, she actually links to the Wayback Machine page now because the link is broken. But she, it's a really handy tool for getting things where, you know, you, particularly at Cindy's List or at the Family Search Wiki or Wikipedia, when you're looking for a reference for something, this is a really handy way to see if you can find it. It doesn't do everything. So the websites need to allow their automated process. So some things like Ancestry are not archived because they've set them up to block the what's called a web crawler to gather up the data to archive it. So we'll stop sharing my screen. So as I said, today's is a very simple one. So it's archive.org, and it's the Wayback Machine search box, and it's really handy. I use it a couple times a week. Often, you know, I'm looking for something and I get something like that Maine State Archives link to the court history, and it's gone, but there was good information in it. And so sometimes it's easier to, I could have taken a guess about finding that site, that page on their current website, but for what I needed, the archived page was good enough. So in that case, they had redesigned their website. The information is actually still there, but the URL, the internet address has changed. For these reunion ones, the website's just not there any longer. The person stopped maintaining it, probably stopped paying for the web hosting. So this works in either of those cases. Now, if I were doing detailed research, I probably would have, you know, and wanting to cite something, I probably would go to the archives page and see if I can. And one advantage to looking at the Wayback one is it then gives me some words that are on the page to search the archives page to find the current version. Does that make sense? So short and sweet. Any questions about this one?
I have a comment because you said something about Ancestry blocking it, but I actually did, just for kicks and giggles a couple weeks ago, I put in Ancestry and it does get crawled, at least the home page. I don't know, maybe you're referring more to the deeper pages. But
Yeah, the deeper pages.
Okay, yeah. But if you just want to see what the basic page of Ancestry looked like throughout the years, and recently, the more recent ones, you can see those little circles. There are tons of them because it's been saved so much. But even going back to like 1996, you can type it in and see what it looked like. And maybe one or two links might have worked, but they don't go very far.
Yeah, no, let me actually, it is actually kind of interesting.
Yeah, it's fun to see what they looked like ages ago, or Family Search, you know.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't, this Ancestry wasn't the site that we know it to be now back then, which is sometimes hard to remember.
It's taking a moment to think. So we'll go here. Hang on a minute, trying to get the right thing. It's actually not getting me to the 1996 one. But yeah, so it doesn't do like the deeper records, which is why I tell you to save the record. So let's go back to, so that's one reason save those records, because at places like Ancestry and so let me share my screen so you can see this. This is Ancestry as of 1997. And it was quite different. Had almost nothing. And it was called Ancestry Hometown in a lot of places. So that's nice to see. Just today's Ancestry is much different. So anyhow, any other questions? I told you this one was going to be short and sweet, but let me tell you, this is an absolute lifesaver at points to be able to go back and see what something was. Sometimes even with links I've saved for myself. But as I said, things like Ancestry and Family Search, it's not capturing down in the records. It's capturing, the top pages, but not the records. So don't rely on it for that. But it's really good for things like when a state web page changes its URLs for everything. So, okay. So at this point, I'll stop the recording.